Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. And today, this is for the Walking Dead fans, and we are talking about The Walking Dead issue at number 154. That's right, guys. Here on this cover, we get to see Michonne and Aaron, and it looks like they're doing some battle against the actual Whisperers here on this cover. This book is written by Robert Kirkman, and the artwork is done by Charlie Adlard. And the book is really well done. There is a lot of dialogue in this book this time. This is probably the most dialogue-heavy book that I've read in The Walking Dead in a long time. Artwork continues to be very consistent. We get to see a little bit of a lot of characters in this book. We get to see a little bit of Maggie. We get to see a little bit of Andrea. We wind up seeing Negan in this book, who of course steals the book once again. We wind up seeing just a little bit of Carl, and we wind up seeing a little bit of Eugene. So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of action going on in this book as well, with people's heads getting cut off, zombies' heads getting cut off. So it's a really well-drawn book, and it looks fantastic. Now, on for the story. So we're going to recap the story, and then I'll give you my final thoughts and theories on where I think the story is actually going to go. So if you guys haven't read your copy yet, you've been warned. There is spoilers. So come back when you're done reading your copy. All right, so here we go. So first thing we wind up seeing in this book is we wind up seeing Maggie and Andrea. They're meeting up together in here, and Andrea is on her way home. And basically Maggie's sitting there going, you know, Carl can go back home. But they come to a realization now that Carl is no longer a little boy. And, and so it's just like he's got to make his own decisions now. And it was cool seeing them share that moment with each other. And it's the same thing with Sophia. They can be friends, they can be together, they can talk and stuff like that. As the issue progresses, we wind up seeing that Michonne and Aaron come across the dead body of Brandon here, and he hasn't turned yet. So they realize that Negan is probably close, and he can't be too far away. The best thing that happens in this issue, though, is Negan. Negan doesn't have any weapons. All he has is this little knife, and he comes across the actual Whisperers in the book. And but what gets Negan by? Well, it's his charismatic attitude, and he's sitting there just saying these off the wall lines, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm just here on my own free will. No one sent me." He's just like, "When do I get this skin?" He's just like, you know, I want a skin. He's like, I need something cushy for the crotch area, you know, for easy access. And he's just hysterical. And he meets one of the leaders of the Whisperers named Beta, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" He's like, "They don't have enough skin for you." He's like, "Well, they only cover half of you." He's like, "Shit, man." And so he uses his attitude and his ego to get by, to kind of fit in with the Whisperers. And when you read that, it's just brilliant. He is a brilliant character. And it's like he is the best bad guy that there is. We also get to see Eugene continue his conversations on the actual radio. And we finally get an actual name of who the person he's talking to, and we find out if it's a female or a male in this issue. And so when he finds out who the person's name is, his eyes kind of light up. We get to see Carl continue his his workings as like a blacksmith in the book, and he talks to Maggie, and he definitely confirms with her that he wants to stay here. He's a man, and he's been for a while, so he's not going back to the hilltop anytime soon. Andrea makes her way back to Alexandria, and so she comes to Rick, and she realizes that a lot of shit has gone down, and Rick has to have a talk with her. As we get to the end of the issue, we wind up seeing that Michonne and Aaron are having a nice conversation, and what happens is they cross the border. Now, under no circumstance are you supposed to cross the border? Because when you cross the border with the Whisperers, shit's going to happen. So what do? They cross the border because they want to relay the message to the Whisperers of who Negan is. No matter what, though, they can't cross the border and shit goes down. You wind up seeing Michonne and Aaron face off some random zombies. They face off against the Whisperers. They say they don't want to hurt them. And the next thing you wind up seeing is, boom, Aaron gets stabbed. Now, we're not sure if he dies at this point, but he does get stabbed and he falls to the ground because then it goes to Negan. He's just talking with the Whisperers and he winds up meeting Alpha for the first time. And the next thing he winds up saying is like, "Oh, I'm in love, baby." And that's how the issue ends. So it's a really well done issue. It has a lot of dialogue, great story. My thought process behind Negan's motive here, and I said this in the last issue, is that Negan wants to rule again. He wants to be in control. So what he's going to do is, I feel he's going to play Alpha, and he's going to kill Alpha, and he's going to be the new Alpha. Because you can challenge an Alpha, and when you challenge and beat the Alpha, you become an Alpha. So you're going to see him become the new Alpha and become the new leader of the Whisperers, and he's going to have his own huge group once again. How we get to that point, I'm not sure, but it will be interesting to see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but this is my theory here, because eventually he's going to want to get back at Rick, Alexandria, the Hilltop, and everybody else in the whole crew there. Not sure if Aaron's going to die. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it was nice to see that the book touched a little bit on all the characters. The big mysterious thing is what's going on with Eugene and the person on the other side of the radio. Are they another group? Or is that things to come? Are they Whisperers? Or who are they? And are they trying to fish for information from Eugene? Or are they going to help Rick's group? So I don't know. We're going to see here. But this was a really good book. It didn't have a lot of action, but it had some things that get you excited for future issues. And being that Negan is back, it really adds a lot more to the series, because whenever you read and the things that come of his mouth are just completely hysterical, and I loved it so much. So after reading this one, I give this one a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Guys, in the comments below, tell me your theories on what you think is going to happen with The Walking Dead. What you think is going to happen to Negan? Is he going to be a good guy, or is he going to be a bad guy? Is one of those things? Is he going to take over the Whisperers? What off the wall thing do you think he could do? So again, guys, thank you for watching Comic Frontline, and until the next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and don't forget to watch our live show each and every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, guys, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.